What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, today's video is about women protecting themselves, right? In any situation, you have to be ready to protect yourself by any means necessary. Let's get into it.
And first and six here on this Friday, a local woman held up at gunpoint in the middle of the day, and the whole thing was caught on camera, and now she's getting a lot of reaction about how she handled the whole situation.
Yeah, Stephanie Ramirez going one-on-one with that woman today. She is live in Northeast DC. Steph, first of all, so frightened. This guy had a gun pointed at her.
Traumatizing, Sharon, is how Iris Bongill described this whole experience. Obviously, the video is getting different reactions. Now, to be clear, she is not encouraging people to do what she did. She said she was just following her gut reaction. She does believe in following her gut. But this is what this longtime Northeast D.C. Resident experienced just a few days ago.
No.
You can clearly hear Iris Bongill say, "Shoot me," as a suspect gets close to her. The violent encounter happened a little after 3:20 in the afternoon Tuesday. This was on.
She dropped everything and she said, oh, whoa. You know, she went with her gut reaction. She said, oh, shit. At this point, just shoot me. I advise everybody, not just all of the ladies, just anybody. Listen, if they saying give it up, just give it up at the end of the day, because nothing like that is worth your life.
10th Street Northeast, not far from 8th Street. Bongill said she was rummaging through her bag when all of a sudden a young man came up and appeared to, in this video, point a gun at her from under a hoodie. Now, she recalls him saying, "I'll shoot you and give me your keys," but says at the time it didn't register that he wanted the keys for the car that she had just gotten out of. She just knew she was in danger and reacted. This video is getting a lot of play online. I asked the victim today what she hopes people will take away from it. One response was that we need stronger communities.
Gone are the days of having older neighbors that sat on the porch all day and watched and waved you on when you got home from work. And I think in some ways, trying to think about how to preserve that intergenerational neighborhood is so valuable. We've lost so much of that in the city with massive displacement. And so I think, you know, just having more people around that know each other and that support each other would be really helpful.
And so, like, what she's saying right there, she basically saying, where did the culture go? It's like everybody is for their self when it comes down to walking through these neighborhoods. In her situation, she was just like, you know what? Do what you gotta do. Because at the end of the day, hopefully somebody will catch you. But in this day and time, you have to understand that these young kids, they do not have a conscience. They are not prepared. They do not know exactly what they're doing until it's too late. When they do what they do and then they wind up in jail, they're sitting there for a few months. Then it hits them like, dang, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have did that. You know, so they don't think about it. They don't think about the consequences. They're not thinking ahead of the game. So with that being said, you know, if they're coming to you in that stance, I'm just going to let you know, and I'm not an expert, but at the end of the day, like, just give it up because it's not worth your life, because there are some people who will be like, you know what, you're not giving it up. Boom, you know what I'm saying? It's a done deal. So you have to protect yourself by all costs. And what is that? Okay, you want the vehicle? I gladly give you the vehicle. That's why I also do push males and especially the women to go ahead and get your CPL, CCW, whatever it is that you call it in your state, to carry a licensed firearm, because you have to be protected by these thieves. And they are out here and they are lurking, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. And that's just the truth. We about to go to the next clip, okay?
Walking down this road just a block away, there was a party going on, but got really desolate here, and this guy starts accosting her and saying, "Hey, where are you going? Do you want a party? Can we hang out? What's your name?" And she's like, "Well, he'll just leave me alone if I tell him no enough." Well, he doesn't leave her alone when she tells him no. Instead, he is going to lift up his shirt and show her a gun and tell her to get in the car. There's an interview with her in the news stories that I've linked in the description. When she says, "No, I'm not going with you. You're just going to have to shoot me here," he actually draws the gun, starts, grappling her and arguing with her about it, Gonna see here in just a second as
I'm happy that y'all standing up, because there's a lot of people out here that's not really prepared to do what they say they're going to do. But you got to understand, you don't know if this person really going to follow through with what they say they're going to do. So in order to protect yourself, give it up. I am not saying give up yourself. Go with your gut, but also understand that it's crazy people out here. And obviously, if they're taking it to this extent, they're willing to take it to the next extent. That's why I say always carry.
he's just unwilling to go with him, that he is going to start hitting her in the face with that gun. I know this is filmed on a potato. It's because I've had to zoom it in so far. So she's like, no, I'm not going. He hit her in the face a couple of times there, is arguing with her some more. And I don't have the audio for it, but right there, he actually desk popped and shot that gun in the air and told her to come with him. And again, she said, I'm not going. You're going to have to kill me right here. And when he starts dragging her and grabbing her and hitting her in the face, she lays down on the ground, and that's when he decides, nope, it's enough, and runs off. Okay. She's screaming this whole time, of course. Eventually, she's going to finally pick herself up and wander off. And if you go look, we have a picture of her right here. She actually broke 12 bones in her face, or he broke 12 bones in her face. They have not caught him that I have seen.
With that being said, we got one more clip after this. She fought him off, and she fought to the death. And so that's what it boils down to, okay? You have to fight to the death, regardless if it's a male, female, whoever it is that's approaching you. You got to understand that they're approaching you at the most vulnerable time that they see. But you have to always be ready, because they don't know if you packing or not. They never know. You should always pack legally. If you're able to carry, go get your license. Wait till that paperwork come in, take a couple classes, and know when and where you can carry. That's just what it is.
But little Dickens watched her get ambushed on camera.
I really think that they were trying to kill me.
These would-be robbers in Atlanta thought that they had the right one, but little did the alleged criminals know their victims were packing. The victim speaks out in a Shade Room exclusive.
There we go.
Her message to us all as the number of black women getting their license to carry skyrockets.
That's
I'm
good.
Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Taisha Alexander says that it caught she and her friend by complete surprise back on March 9th, 2022. She says that both of them were coming home from the bar and noticed two women with face masks walking towards their front gate. She says that those women were ahead though, walked up the stairs, then disappeared out of view. Alexander says though, she had a gut feeling and pulled out her gun.
When they seen us walking up, they got out their car and started walking towards the door too.
The ring footage has gone viral. It was around 9 p.m. You can see the two people with masks skulk up the steps of the apartment complex, then out of view.
They already look suspect. Okay, the pandemic forced you to wear masks, so now everybody's wearing a mask. So that's the reason for the season. You have to understand, they put that out there for you to wear a mask. Now you can't even be visibly seen. So for a person to wear a mask, it's normal. So if you were to see somebody wearing a mask, you're just thinking like, oh, they're just protecting yourself.
In the Mechanicsville section of Atlanta, Alexander says that she and her friend were not far behind them.
So they mask was kind of like turned a little bit. So I'm like, okay, hold on. So I'm like, where did them girls go? Who are them? Who are they? Like, so that's why I had looked back, like going up, like I didn't hear no doors open. It was quiet because we the only ones out there. So I'm looking around like, I don't know, where did they go? They didn't go downstairs. They went up.
You can see Alexander in the black hoodie. She quickly turns around. And if you zoom in, she had her 9mm pistol in hand.
Out and
loaded
ready.
And ready.
We got to my friend's door, but my friend was walking faster than me. So I started speeding up to walk like, because I felt something. Once I heard, because it was so quiet, I heard them stomping down the stairs. That's how quiet it was. It sounded like they was stomping, like jumping down the stairs. That's why I screamed like, I said.
She says that the woman in the green hoodie running towards her also had a gun.
When she came running, she pointed her gun at me and I just started shooting.
You
The
did
two
right.
suspects then made a beeline back down the stairs.
When I started shooting, she shot.
When I tell you, listen, they dipped all the way off so quick. I mean, this wasn't even the Olympics, and they was running faster than them. They was gone. Run that back one time. Look at how fast they dipped. Look at this. Watch this. Yeah.
The
You
two
don't want
suspects then
that.
made a beeline back down the stairs.
Dipset.
When I started shooting, she shot, but I guess I hit her, and that's when she was stumbling to get back up and try to shoot from behind.
Here's a view from another
Good
Ring
job.
camera.
Do you know where you shot her? I saw her kind of stumbling down the steps.
Yes, I believe it was in her left leg. The way that they ran up on me, I really think that they were trying to.
This is Damika Malcolm, the woman Alexander
Ooh.
says shot her. She's now facing a number of charges, including felony aggravated assault.
Whoa. She looked tired. I ain't even about to even cap. Listen, look at that. She looked totally stressed.
Number of charges, including felony aggravated assault, armed robbery, and firearms charges.
You don't know Damika Malcolm's
I don't know
name?
them. I don't know them from a can of paint.
Alexander is in the beauty industry and runs a successful wig company. She says that she believes somebody may have had a hit on her.
This wasn't a robbery. I think it was a hit on me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Alexander are part of a nationwide trend, women getting their licenses to carry, like Mahogany Gillum in Oakland, California, who fired shots in the air after an intruder got into her house and took her car keys.
Now she's shooting in the air. That's still against the law. She's sending out warning shots. If you're pulling out a firearm and it's a threat, it has to be life-threatening. And you have to eliminate the threat.
I'm petrified. I'm still not knowing. I didn't know that they had retrieved my keys from inside on top of my entry table.
This man was shot and killed by another woman who police say tried to force his way into her apartment with her 11-month-old inside. A survey by a public health researcher from Harvard University found that 21% of people who purchased a gun between January 2019 and April 2021 were black. 48% of them were women.
It's
That's
not
great.
knowing how to shoot, it's knowing when to shoot.
Major Mike Williams is a veteran and a certified gun
Man.
instructor in Georgia. He says that prior to 2021, black women made up about 15% of his students. Now they make up 60%, many of them single women.
People have realized, especially in the African American community, that you are your own first responder. That if
That's
something
right.
happens in their home or neighborhood, that police, because of their diminished capacity and lower numbers of police officers, are less likely to respond to them in case of an emergency.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is specifically for the ladies though, but this is going to everybody who's coming to this channel. You are the first responder to any situation. And knowing that there are a lot of single mothers out here, the best advice I could give you is for you to go ahead and purchase a legal firearm and to legally be able to carry your firearm wherever you go. Well, not necessarily wherever you go, but wherever it permits. The thing that I want you guys to understand is that firearms, they're not going to just go off. You know, so some people, they be like, oh, I see. Oh, no, I don't want that in my house. No, you have to understand that this is a tool. If you have a toolbox and you have a screwdriver and you have a flathead and you have a Phillips, okay? You use a Phillips for one thing. You use a flathead for another thing. You use your wrench for one thing, okay? So same thing as a firearm, okay? You have to get your tools up. So you have to be safe about it. You have to have a safe. You have to be safe while you're carrying it. And at the same time, you have to know when to use it. Okay? Because if somebody steals a watch or something like that, you can't just go up and just start unloading. No, because your life isn't in danger. They took your watch, that's all they wanted, and that's that. So you have to take the classes that's needed in order to know when to use it. And there are a lot of classes out there, but what I will do is I will drop some some firearm safes below in the description. If you were to get a firearm, you need to have a safe. That's number one. If anyone comes into your house, or if there are kids in your house, you don't want anybody to be able to have access to your safe, or you don't want to have anybody to have access to your firearm. And the reason is because if they do gain access, whether you know or not, you are ultimately responsible for what happens when that firearm is discharged. And that's just what it is. Okay, discharged, brandished, whatever the case may be. If it's shown, that's what brandish means. So if it's shown, somebody sees it, the police come, they run the serial number and it's yours, you in trouble. Especially if the kid has a hold of it. So with that being said, I advise all the ladies to go out, get all the information you can get. Go ahead and go to that range. You have to get comfortable with using it like it's second nature. With that being said, y'all, it's your boy Jay, and I'ma holla at y'all on the next one. Listen, if you have any comments, let me know what you think about this video. Drop it down below. Listen, let's have a conversation. Hey, until next time, YouTube, I'm out of here.